Welcome to Open Minds, Open Mic, the place to be on a Friday night. We have a very special delight for you. It's Valentine's Day. We got my brother Bear over here in the house. Valentine's Day, Love and Massacre, right? Yeah, Valentine's Day of Love and Massacre. Hey, we have some amazing poets here in the room with us. I love you all. Um, yeah, life's been a little crazy recently, but it's really good. And pretty soon we're gonna get back into, the groove again. But yeah, starting off tonight, I think I want to read this piece. I haven't had much time to write, and well, I'm gonna be writing some poetry though. I could look out my window right now and see some beautiful mountain right there, and like that's just so inspiring, man. Like y'all gonna hear a lot of nature poetry probably come out of me over the next couple weeks, but you know what I mean? Like I can't help it. But yeah, I'm gonna start off with this piece here. Um, so John Michael and I decided to. I was in a writer's block, and John Michael goes. We were talking about my sleep apnea and like these loop dreams I get caught in, and being half lucid and half awake, and like kind of slipping in and out of dream state. And so he just started writing. And I started writing, and then me and him just got into this whole thing where we're like, yo, let's just do this epic collab. So we've been pulling different people in on it, and we were blessed to have Black Salt come join us for a section of this. Once things settle down here, I want to bring more people into it, and we're just going to create this epic collab that'll just go. I want to release it in volumes, right? And it's just gonna go on, and hopefully even long after, we all pass away, some kids somewhere will pick it up and continue it, right? That's what poetry is about, inspiring people and just being creative and, letting the good times roll. So, Black Salt, if you'd like to spark us off, man, I'd appreciate it, brother.
All right, here we go. You hear me?
Yeah,
You
you.
hear me okay? Not too loud, not too quiet. All right, here we go. All right, starting things off in three, two, one. Here we go. Sink the ship and burn the bridge. Life's too short to feel like shit. Cut the cord, now you're on your own, desperately trying to find a home. It's all too crowded in my head. I guess I belong on the edge. Life's too real, life's too loud in a dream, fading in and out.
Twisting into myself until my insides shout. We rip ourselves in two pieces with three eyes closed. The light is time for those five words to escape. I need to fucking sleep. My bed then turns into a cloud and I forget my name. This head is churning with loud, relentless sounds from deep within my brain. Rain falls, then evaporates into fog, leaving a haziness for my laziness to slightly slouching.
This crouching tiger bowed him in, relentless and paid less than the average bear. I'm being sincere when you're sitting there, but I forgot this thought I'm having. Wait, where? Waiting here in this waiting room of REM sleep, digging deep, dissipating in this dream state.
Woke up in a rabbit hole. When I came to it, I was 30 years old. Life is short, but the day is long. Blink and you'll miss it. Try not to sleep through it, 'cause the good times flash like lightning. And when I sleep, I roar like thunder. A little music to complete the cipher. I'm hunched over, ready to pounce on my pillow.
Drowned in a mellow vibe while I ride freely from the things that haunted me. Dauntlessly, I'm flawlessly flaunting this psychological mind thriller in and out of the next layer of the willows, wandering, stopping, pondering on things I've seen in these dreams. Secretly, I've spontaneously break free from these themes until I somberly wander lustfully, engaged without a prior engagement with the Messiah who praised it. I'm an incoherent income tax burden sent to murder you and whoever heard with you. and injustice heaven sent to make a better brood, just to write a better word for you.
But instead, I pursue a different avenue to rock on down to take it higher, electrically on fire, this satire of thoughts that rocket through this mind in space and time, yet I unwind in this reclined state, sedated, inundated, trying to relate to the last thought that I forgot in this stream of consciousness.
Through it all, I keep one eye closed, hiding from the dark assumption of getting old. My bed has started growing mold, but one day I'll wake up and this will all be over. Each day I live is a day I spill time's cauldron, and every night I wake up to go to the toilet.
Natural songs too heard me out of my slumber, for number one, I crawl slowly back into the hell mouth of my queen size mattress, lay down beside my queen. She's fantastic. I pray that we thrive in this new year, which we did. No more stress in this waking life, yet something doesn't feel right. I looked left and there was nothingness. Mixed with my shallow breath, the stars are hiding from me. I can't figure out where they are. This must be a bad dream. Where did I park my car? Somewhere in between these sheets, I hide scars from myself so I don't see them. If I close my eyes while they're already closed, then how am I supposed to open them once more?
As I open this door, a dream within a dream, I scream in shallow silence, for this abyss is what I miss. And the world, once warm, now cold, will only restore the nightmares that call me from afar.
Y'all, thanks, man, so much. Thanks for doing that. Collab with me. Yeah, that was fun, man. Uh, all right, John. I don't have the list. I was hoping you was making the list. I would love to intro the next poet that's coming up, but I don't know who it is. So, um, yeah, John, you was you making a list, or I don't even know who
Forgot to
should.
make a list.
Oh, you didn't
too.
make a list.
I was just so excited to see everyone.
Yeah.
I
Let me
thought
see.
Kat had it when I jumped in. I've been over here eating.
Started Terry. Prince B was first, and then Terry, and then Bear was here. So, but he's gonna get his time. And then I think Black Salt, Olivia, Nadia,
And then Butters just
and
showed up.
Butters.
Yeah.
Hi, Butters.
All right, so yeah. On
Hello.
deck, we've got Terry Rose Jurtson. But stepping up to the plate next, we've got none other than Princeby Giddy Jr. If you can unmute yourself and bless us with some words, brother, we greatly appreciate it.
Hello. I'll be sharing a few poems. The first poem is called Open Field. I'm an open field. There are lilies and weeds, forever picking out the weeds that hold no place in my life. They are the bad habits, like impulsive spending, like watching porn. So I'd rather set them ablaze and watch them disintegrate, no matter the pain. Also, in these open fields are hibernated potential. Level of success of the writer, like in a mother's womb, the potential it's becoming, growing outwardly, and soon it will be here, all in this open field, my soul. Now, let me read one more. Anyone or anything can be a muse. I pull from my dry life to make something affirmational, sexual, love, though fictional, sad, even politicians making rash decisions, tech-savvy man like Musk making their place in foreign locations in DC, someone that could be that could be my last option. Around me, around nature, and I find the muse, like Tom Sawyer out of a cave. And yes, mischievous boyhood experiences. Muses aren't conditional. Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody, do me a favor. Unmute yourselves and give all the love you got for Princey.
Yeah,
Jr.
Princey. Oh, 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 oh.
Good job, Princey.
Thank you.
All right. So on deck, we've got Black Salt WLF. But coming up to the plate nurse, we've got none other than Terry Rose Jertson. Terry, if you can unmute yourself and bless us with some words, we would greatly appreciate it.
Okay, I will do that. Hang on one second. Get this situated. I'm on my computer. I'm actually doing some notes for my job. Still actually working. But I should have been off the clock at 5. But that's another thing altogether. Okay. So is this supposed to be salty poems? Here we go. It's salty. Deja vu. I've been here before. The state of disunion is not in communion. Mass confusion, master of illusion, not trading my heart to be part of war on humans. I do not play by your rules in the trenches, not digging my own grave. My ancestors say to get your affairs in order. Your lies have drained the trust and best of me. I hit the highway daily promoting myself when no one else would. Your love is like a pointy white hood. I try not to Thelma or Louise, please. You are not worth my life, which is why I live in my car, my only peace. Your lying face is more problems that I can't bear to see. The tipping point to my sanity. I want you to confess that your last best act was the material for God's suicide note. The cashier at the Chick-fil-A was high as fuck. They remind me of you when they couldn't get my order right. I got in my car tonight and just drove again under the full moon's light. I had to slap myself awake many times. Now my insides reject all food because life has become too hard to swallow. Would it be weird to wear a sign that says free hugs? Because we are all not promised tomorrow. So then there's that, and then there's this. Every day is my battle at war with love. Gaslit is not a term of endearment. War of the Roses was not a fairy tale. There is no Prince Charming. My Cinderella is an old woman now. No fairy godmother coming to perform magic. My therapist says I'm codependent. I ruin every relationship without even trying. When I was younger, I wrestled with a green-eyed monster, swizzled my heart Twizzler, choked out the love. A moment of clarity revealed to me, found my genie in my body-shaped bottle. She blew smoke away, warned not to inhale, offered 3 wishes, and I asked her for more. Ta-da!
Yeah. Oh, so good. Everybody, do me a favor. Unmute yourselves and give all the love and massacre you have for Terry Rose Jertson.
Massacre love, yeah.
Hey, Terry.
Hey.
Good. All righty. So on deck, we've got Olivia. We miss you. We love you. But stepping up to the plate next, we got Black Salt WLF. If you could unmute yourself and bless us with some art, I'd appreciate it, brother.
Hello, hello. So I have 2 pieces that I want to share with you. They are both digital art, and so I want to And so I'll need to use the share screen feature for that. And so the first piece is called The Rotten Truth, Jump Off a Cliff. And that is it doesn't sound like a love poem, but it's actually my Valentine's Day treat for you guys. And so, and then my second piece will be, let me see here, share sound. Yeah, and then my second piece, so I'll do the share. And then my second piece will be actually a new piece that I wrote for you, or no new piece that I wrote for you guys. It's God, I forgot what it's called, but it's I did this theme with in tranquil spirits. I don't know if you're familiar with an in tranquil spirit. That's a restless soul, like because like as in life, so in death, right? They're restless. They're like there was somebody who was like really restless, and so I kind of like tackled that theme of restlessness and came up with a poem. And so I'm going to share that with you guys. And so, but first, let's start out with this first piece, Jump Off a Cliff, The Rotten Truth. Here we go. Let me know if you guys can hear it okay.
Life's a game, and just like a deck of cards, there's 4 people in this world. Hearts, diamonds, clubs, and spades. You want to talk about love? Hearts go with diamonds because they're on the same frequency, and clubs go with spades. You want to talk about forbidden romance? Like a rose out the concrete, I'm a club in love with a diamond. Now, I can't tell you her name, or where she's from, or how big her butt is. These things don't matter to love anyway. What matters are my feelings, and I gotta follow my heart, wherever it takes me, even if that's off a cliff. 'Cause what's the point of living anyway, if we can't tell the truth? Wherever it takes us, even if that's off a cliff.
And I know you were digging that beat, but I'm going to cut it short a little bit so we have time, because I don't want to, take up too much time. And so I'm going to move on to the second piece. Well, let me see here. This thing's kind of, man, this thing really gets in the way. So I'm going to move on to the second piece, Dance of the Intranquil. And so this is kind of that second piece that I was talking. Couldn't think of the title, but it's Dance of the Intranquil, kind of playing around with this theme of restless souls. And so I'm going to share this with you guys. Hope you guys like it. And if you like it, I do selfishly hope that you share it with a restless soul, and maybe they will find peace. And so, I know we got some restless souls in here tonight. So, hit all the buttons, so I'm going to share this with you guys. Hope you guys like it. Let me know if you can hear it okay.
of silence, please. Cacophony of the restless heart. Too young to start, but these drugs got me in a trance, performing an intranquil dance. The devil applauds with blood-stained hands. Is it his fault or mine that I can't seem to find peace? Practical application, positive affirmations while filling out job applications. The tension thickens. I can't take the pressure. Lack or prosperity, locked are the doors of luxury. Scavenging for sanity, sickening surroundings. So sober, but I can't stand reality. So sick off the poison, but still can't stand up to the bully. Life has become such a tragedy, but everyone else seems to think it's funny. Here you go, free samples of trauma, but it costs extra for the healing. Too young to start, but tragedy don't tell age apart. But these drugs got me in a trance, performing an intranquil dance. The devil applauds with blood-stained hands. Is it his fault or mine that I can't seem to find peace?
Yeah, buddy. Everybody, do me a favor. Unmute yourselves and give it up for Black Salt WLF.
Yeah, Black Salt. Ow.
Oh,
Thank you.
loving what
Thank you for listening.
your poetry now, bro. Like,
Can you put links to your stuff in the chat?
Yes, yes, I will.
Thank you.
all righty. So Nadia's just here to listen tonight. So on deck we'll have John Michael. But coming up next, we have Olivia. Olivia, long time no see. I hope all has been well with you. It's so good to see you tonight. Yeah, if you could unmute yourself and bless us with some words, I'd appreciate it.
Thank you, Thomas. I miss you guys. Good to be back. Yeah, I'll do 2 short ones. I'm typically the salty person, but I don't know. I'm gonna do some existential love shit first. This is called Where Does Love Come From? Where does love come from? Does it sprout from a seed and swing and sing sweetly to the bees that pollinate her along her way? Does it hatch from an egg? Like an innocent sea turtle dashing into the ocean with nothing but an instinct to guide it? Is love birth? Not like an infant, but birth like a star. Like a force so intense that it collapses itself into an existence that's bright enough to make us believe in magic. Is love magic? That was cast upon us by a wizard we call by too many names, or did love come from something with no name at all? From the answers to questions we haven't yet asked, from the origins of a place we don't know we're looking for but recognize once we arrive. Maybe love doesn't come from anywhere. Maybe we come from love. Perhaps love plants us. Maybe we are all seeds in her garden, some for harvest and some to keep her company while she reads her favorite book. Maybe love hatches us. Maybe we are the sea creatures confused about where we're supposed to go, so we chase the place we don't know how to find. Maybe love births us. Not like children or like stars. Maybe she births us like a song, like a poem, like a painting. Maybe we are love, just trying to process her conscious experience in a way that puts beauty back into the swirl of existence from which she came. Maybe love is the wand in the wizard's palm, and we are all the spells being cast as it's passed from hand to hand, unable to be harnessed in any single grasp, and we are the proof of her untamable potency. Maybe love doesn't come from anywhere. Maybe we don't come from love. Maybe love isn't an origin, a creation, or a creature, a spell, a wand, or even a galaxy. Maybe love is the reason we wonder where she came from, where we came from, and the reason we long for that to be the same place. And let's see. Okay, this is like a lovey love poem. I call it the weapon poem. I haven't actually titled it yet. Yeah, the weapon poem. The way I feel about you is a weapon, forged in the fire of vulnerable happen chance, sharpened by the edge of a desire I had forgotten I can hold. Because lately I'd grown accustomed to holding only grief, but holding you has reminded me how gratitude cuts just as deep, because the way I feel about you is a weapon that I pray you don't use against me, but something tells that I pray you don't use against me, but something tells me I wouldn't feel this way if that's something you were prone to doing. And neither am I, but we are both humans with battle scars we never asked for, so fear offers us a shield to keep our wounded hearts preserved. But with you, I find myself preserving every moment I can. Because the way I feel about you is a weapon that threatens to haunt me with the harm of regret if I don't. If tomorrow doesn't make due on a promise it never made, because the world is cruel, but sometimes kind enough to arm me not with certainty, but rather with this feeling that keeps my crosshairs on the present, because the way I feel about you is a weapon that my battered hope is so glad to add to its arsenal of defense. Against the forces of despair that I get so damn tired of fighting, but when my soul is next to yours, the only thing I'm fighting for are the words that might somehow describe the way the stardust inside of me collides when I go gazing in your nebula eyes, because the way I feel about you is a weapon I don't mind staring into. Because pulling triggers like these are the ones that pierce you with life. Every smile is a bullet I gladly take, tracing your fingertips like the sharpest blade. I didn't ask the universe to pull the pin, but I will dance joyfully in the smoke of my detonated heart. Because the way I feel about you is more than a weapon. It's the reason we endure the war. Thank you.
Oh, amazing. As always, we miss you. Welcome back. Thank you so much for coming through. Everybody, unmute yourselves and give it up for Olivia.
That was very beautiful, Olivia.
Where have you been, Olivia? I miss you.
She's been practicing because she's an official member of the San Diego Poetry Slam team with the international poet Rudy Francisco. That's right. She's going to be competing with Rudy. So she's been a little.
Congratulations. Put in the work, babe. Put in the work.
Yeah. Oh,
Thank
that's so
you,
amazing.
guys.
I'll tell you that, 2025 is the year we all thrive, it's gonna be a great year for everyone, and if not, I'm gonna try to bless everyone that I come across. So, just keep doing what we're doing, keep at the craft, stay inspired. We got this, y'all. All right, we're gonna keep this show rolling. On deck, we got Butters. We're coming up next to the mic. We got the co-host of Chaos Magic on Mondays. I swear, it feels like I've known this dude for like 10 lifetimes, but it's only been a few months. It's fucking crazy. My brother, John Michael. John, if you could unmute and bless us with some words, I'd appreciate it, brother.
Hey, how are we tonight? I wasn't prepared to read. And the one I got, I don't think is really Valentine's approved. But
Don't have to be, man. Anything you say, we gonna love. You know that.
oh well, I'm gonna go
That
for
makes
it here.
it
I
balance.
just wanted to give the warning that it's not Valentine's approved. So she said no, let me start that over. So she said you would never fuck a vampire. I told her we must have never met. Reached out my hand to embrace and a handshake to properly introduce myself. She obviously had little clue who she was talking to, as I would and had pursued many little sultry soul suckers. The sweet scent of decay on the whispers of eternity, seducing me with that stare, the look that dares you to pursue your wildest thoughts of lust and desire. To retire your breath and join in death where sin blows free in the late night air and the darkness of night. To take flight in a wicked dance of fantasy, enticing me to let free these thoughts and howl in celebration of the moon. and we danced around that fire as the flames grew higher, naked, wearing mud of earth, chanting in the mother of all things. That's all I got for tonight.
Can you read the first line of that again, please?
Yeah, drop that first line again because that was so Valentine's Day approved. What do you mean?
So she would never fuck. So she said you would never fuck a vampire. Don't ask me where my mind goes. Like
That's
I
so
don't know
perfect.
where this shit comes from.
That was definitely Valentine's Day approved, bro. All right, hey, everybody, unmute yourselves and give it up for John Michael.
Hey,
Yeah,
let's go, John.
Well done.
Woo.
Yeah, brother. All right. So on deck, we have CP Mays, my brother from Houston over there. But coming up to the plate next, we've got Butters. Now, Butters, I think we've met before. Is this your first time at an open mic?
I think so. It's hard to tell. I've been so many different.
Well,
The last
let's
couple
just
of years have been
pretend,
so scattered.
yeah, let's just pretend it is, and y'all folks know what to do. I want everyone right now to unmute themselves and give a big open mind, open heart, open arms welcome to Butters.
Welcome,
Welcome, Butters.
Steve. Welcome.
Hello, kind sir. Hello.
Woo.
Okay, let's give this a whirl. 1,000 kisses deep. In the low evening light, I find myself whispering your name. A saxophone singing slow, tender rhythms. Is this our song? Or is every soft and subtle melody in you drawing near a faint implication of gin mixing with lavender perfume? Delicate, caressing fingers moving in for a consuming embrace. Dancing with the ghost of your memory, I find myself humming our song.
Yeah, Butters. Do you have a second piece for us or just the one?
Just the one. That's all I got for right now.
Well, we really appreciate that one. Everybody, do me a favor, unmute yourselves and give it up for Butters.
Yeah, Butters. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Welcome.
Good to see you again, Butters.
Whoop, whoop.
All right. So on deck, we've got the reason we all gather here tonight for none other than Brother Bear's Valentine's Love and Massacre special. Last year was amazing. I'm so excited to be hosting this again tonight, man. Like, yeah, buddy. But coming up to the plate now, we got CP Mays. Now, CP, is this one of your first times at an open mic?
I believe not, kind sir. I believe
I
not.
think I've met you. I think I've heard one of your poems before. I can't remember. It's like every time.
Is it the razor blade shaved with?
Yeah, it's like, like every time I'm like, CP Mays, I haven't heard him before. I just draw a blank. It's like my head was bashed in so hard that I can't remember ever hearing any of your pieces before, man. Like, so yeah, if you could unmute yourself and bless us with some words, man, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Word. And that poem got published, by the way. Somebody published that poem. So the Razor Blades poem got published in an anthology, a military healing anthology. So yeah,
Ooh.
it is
Oh,
immortalized in paper now. Let's go with a new poem. I'm still working out the delivery, so I'm gonna feel my way through this bitch. It's called Dedication to My Soulful Trap. My diction's dangling has been dangling inside epiphanies dangerously. I'm life, where Claus's skeletons hang their birthday suits up at. Proud you would be, fashioned from within this. My walk-in closet is a club where my skeletons, my friends' skeletons, party like rock stars on standby, death frowning at my fashionably late always. I plan on being caught off guard in an off-the-clearance rack smile that looks a lot like sincerely, it's okay, stranger. There's no one living alive successfully living in the lies that they sell themselves. So, Daddy, don't wait for me, Pops. Just promise me. You, Father, when you bump into Jesus, ask him where you can find his favorite wine cellar, and I promise you, I'll be the well-tailored kid in a three-piece suit and hangover, rocking his vintage cracked halo, still barely being held together with duct tape and the last few authentic smiles I seen right before they close the casket on me. Tell my wife to bury me with some whiskey, some writing prompts, one of her favorite wind chimes, and a wine corkscrew. I'll wine cellar see you, Christ, and his daddy dear later, Pops. Truth be told, these palms stay patting down these pockets like they're trying to calm down my poverty. My chapstick for my lip service cracks, smiles. Every time karma swung at me, flinch, never. I feel alive when I'm locked up, locked eye to eye, locked within every one of my regrets. It's karma dancing around the living rooms left in my lungs, wearing nothing but a mother's last heartbeat tattooed on her forearm in a t-shirt with no panties on. Desperately she knows I need to know what God's honest truth looks like when there's nothing human left to hide behind. There are monsters begging miracles to get God naked on my tongue. Early on, in every anywhere bar, any and every time I ever chose the right cup to pour all of my heart into, it always came on the rocks. Dear Creator, these butterflies in my stomach desperately need to know what all of our God-seasoned myths taste like. This lava saliva on my tongue, it tastes like leftover dirty holy water left boiling on stove overnight, late night. Somebody tell my sins to sit heaven the hell down and let me and my metaphors cook. I am hungry, and winter's always coming, my friend. And I'm so not sorry my sins are so stop sign fun. And my depression is not my lowercase God. And that's a lie. My lowercase God wants me to ask you to be honest with yours. And don't force me to slide Lucifer into semi. Reload my magazine for the Messiah and manna and kill everything not hallelujahing. Is it your job? Is that your lowercase God? What if heaven is just a really well-designed escape room? I'm life, where closet skeletons hang their birthday suits up at. Is Jesus your insecurity's brand name that you can't hold on into? I love you, I am life, where closet skeletons hang their every book in the Bible were written by men. So someone please tell the book of Genesis to stop goddamn gaslighting Eve. I'm life, where claws and skeletons hang there. Birth I am from the very same shit that birthed the stars. And this is not up for debate. My diction's dangling has been dangling in epiphanies dangerously. I'm life, where claws and skeletons hang their birthday suits up at. Proud you would be if you were also fashioned from within this. New shit, poem. Whoa.
Why? Everybody do me a favor. Unmute yourselves. Give it up for C.P. May.
Ah,
Let's go, CP.
Aw, damn,
yeah,
CP.
that's a fun piece. I don't know what the fuck that is, but it's something.
It's it's
I like the way you started it and ended it similarly.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Hold, please. Okay. Yeah, I got one more for you. I had one more for you. Oh, okay, yeah. So, in lieu of the theme, let's go, no, let me make a statement, goddammit, with Trump fucking firing all these goddamn people from out of their government jobs and the VA people getting fired like we don't need them helping us do what the fuck we need to do. So this is a poem that means a lot to my heart. It's probably in my top 5 favorite poems. Badge me into beautiful. May the pressure soda pop fizz forever, my friend. Your world was never meant to be flat. I grab your laundry as you can from inside the man's machine, y'all, and watch the top 1% come clean. I grabbed your tongue by its hand, proceeded to Sunday stroll it around a secluded smile until a pet peeve and the peculiar fuck you robbed me. So I pleaded with all of the could haves not to bury me with the rest of her never could have beens. So you put in the work, right? You hope it pays off. You tell yourself that he didn't really mean it. Remind your broken lampshade language and flying saucer diction is the only broken slang love speech she's never ever learned. So you work. Tell yourself that I deserve better than I don't really deserve. Pick a drug of choice. Chase it with the laps you run around yourself. Cardiac arrest the track marks and stay sprinting away from yourself with that runner's high. Fuck complaining if you never learned to walk in another man's shoes. Try handicapping in another man's wheelchair for a day. Gather up all the grit you can muster and try walking a mile in another man's crutches. I just tried both. Believe me, this shit's nothing to brag about. The nicotine in my lungs can co-sign that. The numb neverminds, not only willing to step on another man's head to get ahead, are often quicker to cut off a wheelchair in rush hour traffic. All of us who at the same shuffle, forearm pistons, pass head nods, passerby wrist games, wave to each other, race and gender make up different makes and models, all runway bruised spoke knuckles and overcome. I smell like sweat, sympathy, and do I deserve some? The only other that can stare you face to face all ride in strollers, and I'm sure there's a metaphor in that shit somewhere, but right now I'm emotionally crutched and I can't seem to navigate my way around it. My appointment was for 11:30. And I checked in at 11:28. It's almost 11:50. and I'm in the Veteran Affairs Psych Ward. 15 minutes pass. A deathly, disturbed silence fills the room. 24 or so veterans knowing something that the rest of the world doesn't know. Something that few in the rest of the world can grasp, grip, and hold on to. If the brain doesn't want to, this world is truly fucked up. And no one truly embraces it, let alone truly cares, unless some body cavity can turn a great profit. The next doctor walks in, gently vibrates a name into the room until heads turning make eye contact with the rest of Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines waiting for psychiatric meds to bingo their cachet. There are walkers and wheelchairs parallel parked all around the room. A young granddaughter of a toothless Vietnam vet asked her mother, who decided to join this forgotten field trip of am I innocent? A heartfelt question. She points her tiny little finger and says, "Is he a soldier, mommy?" The sad of silence fills that room again. I look up from writing this and I notice another dawn of vets forming a line back at the check-in window. It's 30 minutes past my appointment time, so it's time for me to rejoin that line and check in again. This is my life on days like this. Poem.
God damn. Some truth in there, man. Everybody, do me a favor. Unmute yourselves and give it up for CP Mays.
Ooh. Shit.
Woo. Well done.
Thank you. Thank y'all for letting me vent.
Shit. That was amazing.
I felt that.
Bro, the whole world needs to hear what the fuck you got to say, dude. Real shit, bro.
So are the people I run with.
But you know what I mean? Like, I feel us as poets, man, it's really our job to be out there reporting, to open people's minds, to fucking let people know the state that we're in, but not just let them know. One of my old bosses used to tell me, he's like, look, if you see something going on wrong, tell me what's going on wrong, but don't just come and tell me what's wrong. Tell me how to fix it.
Yeah.
And you got that going on with everything you do, bro. All the poetry you write. It's like, look, here's the fucked up part, but look, here's like what we can do. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And so I really feel that like what you have to say, bro, like the world needs to hear it, and the world be like, look, yeah, this world's crazy, but look, man, we can all get together and fucking change things, man. Like things need to be going a lot fucking smoother. You know what I mean? That's poet, like that's our job, dude. We're poets, you know, we out here poeting it. You know what I mean? We need to fucking make differences, man.
I think it's I think shit gets scary once the fucked up powers that be realize that what is it, DEI or whatever you took out, and blacks in the military, and like it was all pushed as a funny word, propaganda, shout outs, to make everybody think it was this ethnic thing. But DEI was more like paid leave once you have a baby, like handicap rights inside of a job, you know what I'm saying, place. Like it was so much wrapped up in that we got lost in skin tones and shit. Like I feel as if the fucked up powers that be, once they realize that we all hang out at the same fucking bar, and if we choose to band together and start a bar brawl with books and tear up the fucking bar, like that we can reboot the whole goddamn sales price on all the liquor we've been drinking, all the Kool-Aid we've been sipping to like fuck up our whole way of thinking. Like we are this close from rewriting history at every single moment. Are we rewriting it fucked up? Or are we rewriting it for a better stance? You know? Like, I don't know. I'm just talking out my ass. I'm here for Bear. I'm here to hear some fucking music. Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of Bear, my brother Bear over here, man. Hey, thank you so much for doing this again with us, yo. Like I said before too, man, I'm so happy. I'm tired. My voice is gone. I'm sore. I've been working my ass off every day, dude. 14, 15-hour days, man, trying to get this shit going good. But yeah, man, I've never been happier. And to be here in this room with all of y'all, is really just the icing on a delicious cake that I'm gonna enjoy for the rest of my life, yeah. You know? And so yeah, Bear, if you want to take it over from here and bless us with some goddamn love and massacre, oh, everyone in the world will greatly appreciate it.
Thank you all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here for each other. Thank you for being here for me. And thank you for being here for yourselves, because that's really what we need more of right now. Um, Realizing what we have in common, just like CP was saying, and moving forward together with that, because that's the only way we get through all this. Um, so unfortunately, we got a little late start. So I'm going to go ahead and give you some poems and then a couple songs, and then I got to get up out of here because I got dinner plans. But thank you all. Love you all. I can't think of a better place to be on a day that's supposed to be about love than with this family in here and with my Tioche Baye, my extended family that I'm going to go have dinner with after this. And so, in true fashion, I'm going to just do what I do. I'm going to give you some poems in true Magus fashion. I'm going to give you some of my poetry, then I'm going to do a couple of cover songs. So here we go. And I'm going to take you on a little journey. I'm going to start with my first chapbook ever, not in print anymore. This is old shit. Um, this is called Life Does Not Move at the Speed of Us. I can tell you taste like the sky because you look like rain. Morphine. The slower you kiss me, the deeper I feel it. This was your voicemail, FYI, and I just had to cry because nothing hurts more than being in the right place and spitting the wrong rhyme. And now we have ourselves a long, hard climb, but I've negotiated this slippery slope before, and I know. I know that the moment that I get excited enough to try to rush to your side, I am sure to hit traffic and maybe even get redirected down the wrong exit, randomly sending me in the complete opposite direction. But I don't want to learn this lesson about patience because I lost my virtue long ago. And how do we ever know just how slow is too slow? And perhaps I should just let this all go. Because nothing pisses me off more than having feelings that I didn't ask for. And now, the night that you said that you had something to do, I heard I have something better to do than you. And I just wanted to stop by and maybe catch a glimpse of the butterflies in your eyes. Let them draw us into one of those slow, deep kisses until it was time to tuck you in and tell you a bedtime story about a time when time was not our enemy, but actually the luxury that it appears to be for those who can actually afford to buy their time. But that's all it would be, is just a story. Because I already wasted all the borrowed time that I got on credit. And I don't even have enough spare time to feed the meter. So as I sit here overdue, my time with you runs out. I wish I would have at least had enough time to pay attention when life was trying to teach me that other lesson. You know, the one about saving it all up for a rainy day like you. This is called Haiku and Senryu and Little Lambs Eat Ivy. Star when you wish. Distance and response. Gray white pinholes the black night. Red moon streaks the sky. Spring secrets. We are both hungry. We reach inside each other. The heart skips a beat. Wouldn't you? A call from above. To answer is to admit. Voicemail, safe distance. So I'm going to read you some poems out of my first book. This is available. All my stuff's available. Here you go for all my stuff there. Okay. So I'm going to read a couple things out of this book here. I got the cell phone ringtone blues. I just had to look when you weren't looking. Ill-advised, perhaps unwise, but I just had to see the lies with mine own eyes. 'Twould seem that sometimes stardust is not, in fact, forever. It's probably pointless, but I wanted you to know you're leaving me with quite the heartache in my soul. You were always my volcano, but I was just your smoke and ash. This is called Neck Deep in Your Sorrow and Pain, the art of being in an unrequited romance. I try to feel the sunshine even when you bring the rain. Like Henry Rollins, I have gone to great lengths to expand my threshold of pain. But every time I try to explain, all the nerve endings in my being just wake up screaming, what the fuck is going on? Your silence gives you away. This intentional indecision drowns us in endless confusions, indefinite conclusions, and cardiac confusions. I know the shit you've lived through, and I've lived there too, and I made it through, and I simply cannot turn my back on you. So I'm understandably confused when you still treat me like a threat. I've tried to see it your way, but the blind spots in your soul hide the holes in your heart, and my breath has to restart. I need some fresh air. Then you turn your back, say, I don't understand, but maybe I don't, but my open hand is willing to learn as I yearn to bring you back to your smiling light. It's been years of silence and pain that will never get back again. What the fuck is going on? Your silence gets in the way. I see you struggling for something to say. You're somewhere else as you lose your way while I'm getting shaken along for the ride. I have taken great strides and I offer you company on this lonely road of tear-filled, fear-drilled, desperate desolation. Travel alone if you need to, but I refuse to be roadkill, left on the shoulder, thumb to the wind, reminding me that one is still the loneliest number. If you only show me half the real truth, then no matter how far ahead we get, we're always 2 steps behind. A well has much to offer, but once it's drained, it's just another empty hole. What the fuck is going on? The answer? A text on your phone from Robert. Thank you for healing me with your warming light, filling my darkness, burning so bright. So the next time you feel hurt, upset, disappointed, annoyed, confused, angry, pissed off because you wonder why it is that I've changed, ask yourself, what the fuck is going on? This is some mini poems. This one's called Couplets Threesome. I've grown tired of other people breaking my heart, so let's just end this before it can start. My heart shall ever remain my own, even if that means I must be alone. Mayhaps all the ways we love, the love we make, might somehow outweigh the hearts we break. And then in this time alone, it's okay if you don't remember. Even if there is no longer an ember, I know the flames once burned bright. It's all right. If your picture fades, I still remember the days that we lived for and those nights that meant even more. Yes, this time alone brings memories from unknown. Questions beg for answers like the loneliness begs for anything. So it's okay that you don't remember. And then one last piece out of this book. This is called Sweet Sorrow. Never so sweet is that honey pot the moment after we taste it. Never together day and night loved each other by loving themselves. Not mine this skyline, birds and bees, flowers and trees, that's the life for me. Agony of self written in between the lines, poetry is life. When the last tear tore, poetry leaked from my eyes. Such are our goodbyes. And I'm going to read you a couple of micro poems from my second book, Word Tornadoes. Here we go. Check and mate. Love is a game strategically played, your thoughts and emotions openly splayed. But once you give ground, you can lose all you've found. Tread cautiously, else you become self-betrayed. Another happy couple. In this scene together, we're seen together, but does it seem together when these seams rip the tether? Will these screams last forever, or these dreams escape the nether as we hide under the weather? Admit the truth never when we're seen together in this scene together. And then waving the red flag. This is a haiku. An empty suitcase, longing to be filled again, heavy with baggage. Halloween love poem. Trick or treat, you're so sweet, but I have diabetes. So you see, loving you is like eating deep fried Twinkies, slowly hardening my arteries and seizing my heart. Genie, what? Isn't expecting forever kind of like wishing for more wishes? And then let's see how I think I'm gonna here's love. Okay. I've been, sarcastic, so here we go. This one is for some people. You know who you are. Seeing beauty in person. If beauty were a person, she would exist within infernos, the fiery passions of volcanic flows scorching the skies of Mercury. If beauty were a person, she would be clouded in mystery, a necessary protection from predators who seek to prey upon her inner Venus heat. If beauty were a person, she would soar aloft as free as falcon flights, adrift on endless wind currents, caressing the clouds of earth. If beauty were a person, she would walk statuesque, solid mountain giant across vast moonscapes and valleys rivaling those of Mars. If beauty were a person, she would loom larger than all, draped in gaseous forms that keep her veiled from the naked eye, released only in storms that ravage Jupiter's hidden landscape. If beauty were a person, she would never have need for the rings of men. Her radiance would overcome their gravity, encircling the entirety of any Saturn. If beauty were a person, her orbits would criss and cross without any type of loss, gaining only the courage and certainty of the planetary twins Uranus and Neptune. If beauty were a person, there would be no debate. Frigid frozen fears would be dwarfed by her ability to be seen, no matter what any others may deem what she should be. Planetary, plutonic, or not, that is her decision, dude, not yours. If beauty were a person, she would soul shine so brightly that all other versions would orbit around her, the center of all light and energy given freely, so that all things could live in harmony. If beauty were a person, she would be you, and you, and you. One continuously spiraling celestial spirit, an entire solar system of passions, mystery, freedom, vast expanse, ravaging storms, radiance, and courage, deftly defying any definitions of men. And then my last couple poems are going to be new shit, fresh off the presses. This one is called Frozen Phoenix. It's not your final form. The new face of PTSD stalking me. There are no knights or mares who fare well enough to carry the wary. The angry snow beast feasts on fear every time you appear. Little boy scared is aware of your deceit and trickery. This is nothing new to me. Little boy chooses joy over weighted chains of woe. Time to shine, like sunflower snowdrops reflecting the soaring skies, inviting frozen land to expand. And this last poem, before I give you a couple of cover songs, this last poem is Love Letters to Myself. Uh, all the sarcasm and, salty aside, it's amazing how when you start to recognize the love that you think you're getting from other people isn't what love actually is, the more you start to realize how much you love yourself. So, love letters to myself. Ground zero.